Hey guys, welcome to Alizia Wanders. Today we are in Louzine, Rabat, Morocco. Today we're going to check out some really cool things to do here. We've got the Atlantic Ocean. We've got some really cool markets. Come along, check it out. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share so the adventure keeps going. Let's go. So there were a lot of Spanish people in Louzine neighborhood during the Spanish colonial era of 1912 to 1950. It was a diverse neighborhood then, and it still is. Every street that you walk through in Louzine has the name of a capital of a different country. So it's pretty cool and symbolic of the diverse neighborhood that was in Louzine and continues to be in Louzine. In fact, it is called African Cultural Neighborhood. I'm giving you a sneak peek at what it looks like to be on the rooftop in Louzine. Come check it out. So what's kind of cool about Louzine and Rabat, Morocco is that it's a very multicultural neighborhood. Historically speaking, there were many refugees coming from Spain, Civil War. Also, there were Portuguese and French here, and of course Moroccan people were always here as well. Walking down the street today, I've seen Moroccans, Sub-Saharan Africans, Chinese, Russian, and just a lot of different living here, even till today. What we would know as a latte to go, one of the best to go coffee shops in Louzine that you can find. Let's go check them out. Wow, they've got so many good coffee drinks that you can get here. I always like coming here early in the morning, getting a cup of coffee to go, and the lovely people at Picasso. It's like a small little hole in the wall. It might be like a 12 by 12 coffee shop with really good coffee from Brazil. Yeah. Good way to start the day with a cup of coffee at Picasso. The Spanish church was built in 1930 and was known as San Josep. The Spanish community would come to this church in Louzine during the Protectorate era. After Morocco's independence, the church was ignored. It was used as a professional gymnasium, and in 2000, it was restored, and it became a cultural center known as Ben Barka. Ben Barka was a famous opposed Moroccan political activist. He was assassinated in the 60s, but his body was never found. The center organized conferences and cultural activities, but was closed during the pandemic. So I'm walking past the church here. What's kind of cool is if you're in Louzine, there's a taxi stand at that church. So you just get like a row of taxis and you can pretty much go anywhere from there into the rest of the city. Also, you're literally in the market as well, where you can practically find anything. Drudgeries, which sell pipings, any materials that you need for the inside of your house, sweets of any sort, pomegranate vendors, fruits, vegetables. Really awesome because you don't really have to go all the way through the Medina or the big supermarkets. You can just go easily from the church into the markets and buy whatever you need fresh from Louzine. It's a pretty big market. You get peppers, onions, oranges, dates, these kind of nuts too that I always thought were kind of interesting. They're from a cork tree, so you can actually get nuts from the cork tree here, which is something that's a little bit unusual. Right? A little bit of the dates. Fish is sold there, fresh fish from the Atlantic. Here's Louzine Studios, an art collective that converted an old factory into an art space. You can find theater performances, music, art exhibitions, workshops, and a lot of artistic activity here in Louzine at this location. Okay, just walking along one of the side streets of Louzine to one of the main parks. What's kind of cool is you can find things like lumber yards. A lot of lumber, wood. Maybe that's what the carpenters use around here. It's a cool little nook and cranny. Let's take a walk down to the park. Other than like the metalsmiths and the carpenters, and I guess what you would call loggers, it's a pretty quiet street. Little bit of graffiti, why not? You get like this poem on the road, which is interesting. Like this poem, and it's all in English. I wonder what it says. So, from love we have drawn an unending path for you, and from loyalty we have revealed for you everlasting love. I find it to be like kind of a cool little gem that you run into in this neighborhood. Okay, well, let's go off into the park. And again, you can still see like the edges of even the park made out of cobblestone. And a fountain. What? Let's go check out this fountain. Okay, cool. We've got a little park in Louzine, close to the mosque. What does it say? Ultras Askari Rabat. Okay, cool little street art. Our mosque. A fountain. And as you can see, the ocean is not too far away. I like to come here sometimes and just enjoy a cup of coffee. If you need to get your car fixed, why not? We've got a bunch of garages on that side. And on the street over is where you can find like the cafes and businesses. So as you can see, there's like a lot of cool things to do in Louzine, whether you just want to chill and have coffee, sit in the park, go swimming, go surfing on that side, or just enjoy some restaurants or chill at your house on that side. Decide to live in Louzine, it's pretty reasonable actually. You can rent here anywhere between $300 to $700 euros, and you can live close to this magnificent Atlantic Ocean with fresh water tides, lighthouses, fishermen, and all kinds of cool stuff. Louzine is pretty safe as a neighborhood, pretty close to the Medina. Depending on where you live in the neighborhood or where you're staying, you can be 5, 10, 15, 20-minute walk from the Medina or the city center. It's pretty close. Say this is like the top of Louzine, and then you get closer to Place Russie or Diorjama. It could be anywhere between 5 minutes to like a 20-minute walk. So on the way over to Louzine in this video, you might have seen a few hotels, a bunch of Airbnbs, and there are a lot of apartments that you can just walk around and ask the guardian about renting a place. You will find one eventually. If you're a traveler in Rabat, Morocco, you should come to Louzine because it has a few cool things. A lot of historical buildings still left from the Spanish era, which ranged from 1912 to 1950. In addition to that, you get like a lot of cool coffee shops with a twist of modernism, and you also just get really good quality stuff. Interestingly enough, you get good quality stuff that you would probably also find in other places, but it's less crowded and it's more of like your day-to-day person walking around getting these really cool things, except you don't have to wait in a super long line. In fact, you can take, for instance, a really good lamb sandwich and walk to the Atlantic Ocean and just chill in the fresh water tide and have like the water hit your feet and just chill and enjoy really good stuff in Louzine. So as an expat, if you choose to live in Rabat, Morocco, it's really cool to live in Louzine for a few reasons. One of them is that you can rent an old building. And you might say, well, why would that matter? I can rent a building anywhere. But the buildings here, if you get an old one, that would mean that the foundations are still made out of these very thick stone built together. So in that building would be really good. Soundproof almost, compared to a lot of the newer buildings which are made out of cinder blocks, which, as you know, that would probably create little drifts in the winter. The sound would be very thin, so you'd probably hear almost everything. You'd know your neighbors without actually knowing them. So as an expat, that's why I pick Louzine. You get these really old buildings, and you also get like really cool places to enjoy, like good food, fresh markets, fresh fish, and it's all like within a 5-minute walk in Louzine. You're also really close to the tram. That's often like a thing that people look for, is like how close is transportation, and the tram in Louzine is like a 5-10 minute walk depending where you're located, and that's probably like one of the best features of living in Louzine as an expat. smells really good shawarmas and really good food overall. They have couscous on Fridays, pizzas, pastas, soups, carrera, sweets, Haagen-Dazs ice cream as well. Really good tea, a lot of good stuff that's fresh and yummy. Prices are very reasonable compared to other places that you would go to in the center, in Medina, in Agdal, in Riyadh, and a lot of other places. It's like a small hidden gem. I really like it here. The restaurant is that it's so close to the Atlantic Ocean and that it's not overly crowded. It's like walking into somebody's kitchen, somebody's house, and having like their chef in the back who even wears like a nice little chef hat and prepares the food from fresh ingredients sourced locally, maybe 3-4 blocks in the market. I would come to eat here as an expat or even as a tourist or a traveler of any sort if you were in the Louzine neighborhood or even in Rabat. Again, it has like that cozy, nice, warm feeling like you're stepping into somebody's house, them preparing a really yummy meal for you. The service here is always super good. The waiters are really professional and they actually, some of them speak English fluently. So that's pretty awesome too. The food is some of the freshest in Rabat that I've had, and it's always really tasty and yummy. All the people look around, it's pretty clean, pretty nice. Doors, tables, kitchen, super clean. Oh my god, so what did we get at this very delicious restaurant? Let's take a look. Oh my god, we got a freshly baked pizza right out the oven. They even made the dough here and cut up some fresh vegetables from the market. That's so awesome. We got some Louisa tea. Let's see what's in here. Ah, whole leaf Louisa. And we got delicious grilled shawarmas here with pickles and tomatoes and lettuce on the side. What's really good is it's like just the right amount of crunchiness for a shawarma. It's not soggy. The meat is like tender and fresh from the chickens down the market. So yummy. And I think in total for a pizza and a shawarma, I think they're like $3. Yeah, so you get a shawarma for like $3 and a pizza for $3, $6 at Rabat, the Océan's finest. Okay, what do we got here? A little bit of a dessert, kind of a nice little surprise. Let's see what this is like. Yum. Okay. We're kind of in like a medieval building, which is cool. I might be the only person that speaks English here, actually. So, quite a different experience. Very different in that regard. Also, alcohol is not the most popular thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video of Louzine, a very dynamic neighborhood in Rabat, Morocco. I hope to see you here one day. In the meantime, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. And also to join me on the Facebook page at Alizia Wanders. You can catch some daily photography on my Instagram at Alizia Wanders. I'll see you guys in the next adventure. Peace.